Welcome back to the channel. We're just going to keep the ball rolling today, going through the next couple days of posters. Again, like I've said in my previous videos, you can find all these posters already up on my website in the description below. Let's get started with today's posters. So here we have our day 6 actually, being a modern art, and I chose to make it kind of this more monotone with this negative space being created from the drop shadows that I added. Of course, spelling modern art in kind of this more playful font to show that it's not perfect. Let me just find it real quick. You know, it wasn't that far down. It is called Assam Kalubi. I may have said that correct. I may have said that incorrect. Regardless, moving into the inspiration piece, pretty simple, was just these 3 modern art pieces that I found. And I didn't want to just do shapes because, truth be told, like this kind of modern art, I don't fancy it that much. I prefer more effort put into art, to say the least. And I don't doubt that there was effort put into these pieces, but I prefer to be able to tell my own story through the art rather than look at this and be like, yep, that looks like a robot from Robots, the movie. This just looks like a puzzle. And this looks like a broken sidewalk. That's just kind of how I feel about that for my inspiration. And I decided to kind of run with that in the poster. Overall, it's a pretty simple one. I don't have too much to say. It was just modern art, and you know, funnily enough, after I had actually finished this in year 1, I went to a taco place with my old graphics teacher and one of my homeboys, and we were all sitting down, and I described how I was working on this kind of project, and I showed her this one, and this one was one of her favorites, just because it was kind of like an ironic kind of poster. At the end of the day, I do like it. I will continue to like it as it has been able to stay, especially when I made it. So with not much else to say, I hope you like it, but we're gonna move on to the next one. Okay, so this should be day 7, and being 1 week into this whole process, I was kind of starting to hit my stride. At least I kind of felt like, and having this kind of poster to be more like a production company and having this texture in the background again of these stars and it being otherworldly productions with Reach for the Stars kind of being like the tagline that would be for the studio. I had a lot of fun making this poster, just trying to add different elements of like a space kind of theme, being like the Earth here, like the cow getting abducted. I actually really liked making this cow like being combined with the R here, and then having the alien kind of peeking out from the O, having like a spaceship flying through, and then like a space gun firing its bolt, and then kind of like these zippy lines under to kind of highlight the letters that aren't changed too much to gonna be like the world, and then after you kind of like pull back and are able to read the whole thing, it's otherworldly productions. But having that underline over the world was something that I thought people would focus on with that underline. Overall, this poster I thought was really nice to kind of encapsulate my week of having this project going. What I actually was able to pull from for this poster was this inspiration piece, and again, it's kind of similar to the inspiration that I had for day 1, being this kind of retro character, but like a planet saying need some space. And I took that planetary theme and kind of moved into my own poster, running with the entire thing. I wanted to go with just another one that was 3 simple colors, really. 2 main ones being like this really dark blue and the whites as like the overtop, and then that in between kind of just being this desaturated blue. This all coming together. Let me just find the fonts real quick. And I actually didn't outline this one. So this one is called Righteous, and this next one is called Asir Bet Text Noir, with the font being the text noir and the typeface probably just be called Essier Bet or Essier. That's the one that I used. And of course, again, all coming together. I really liked it. Being the first week, hitting my stride, kind of put me into this next day, feeling pretty good about how I was doing, and school only being at this point like another week or two away, feeling like my skills were coming back up and that overall I'd be fine. But I had to see out all 30 days. So let's head to the next day. So for this next one here, we actually get to see that I did kind of my own thing with my own logo. And initially the plan for kind of my brand was going to be Quentin's crown, as this just like, this is my crown, this is kind of my creation, that kind of thing. Ultimately settling with Crown Design or See Our Own Design was what I settled with. This is what it was year one. I'm not going to go back and change it because this is what it is. I only had 24 hours to do it. That's the whole point of the entire project. So this being kind of the 3-stage poster came from the Hokusai Great Wave, and I tried to look up other examples of this. Some of these cause posters being not like the exact same thing, but like the same theme, and kind of playing around with that. Having this kind of vertically horizontal post. I don't know if that makes sense. I kind of looked at this of one element facing horizontally, while the other one is still vertical for the poster. Looking at this, just having the Quentin's crown with the W turning into that crown, just having a really simple color scheme pretty much through all of these, just the black with the yellow as our accent piece. But that was the very simple first poster. Having that second one, again, kind of referencing this, just looking at it and just the two crossed eyes with the words underneath. Came to my poster with just the crown and then Quentin's crown being down there in the corner. It might be a little too close to the corner now that I'm looking at it 2 years later because of the printing and then poster like frames. Then this last one, having that repeated Quentin's crown with that illusionary effect of the logo being in the center, but also changing the color of it to that nice goldish yellow color. From this last one, it was kind of just the idea of him being over the text, but also being able to see the text underneath. I wanted that to still translate, thus having the words still come through just in a different color, as that accent is supposed to highlight the shape of the crown there. All of these coming together, super simple. Now on my website, I do only have the last one there, as that one was the one I felt like was the most finished. Overall, just like having the same message kind of repeated over and over and over. I just wanted something that was a little visually different. So the last one is what's on my website, and the last one is what will stay on my website. So that being the last poster for today, tell me which one you liked the most down in the comments. I would love to hear it. And again, tell me which one you're excited to see if you've looked at my website. And if you haven't, please go do so, because I'm excited for you to see the work that I've done. I would love to share it. So I'm going to go out the way I just came in. Just know that I really appreciate you for watching very much. And I love you. Bye-bye.